I was telling the girls to write down a hypothesis and their observations in their science club journal. And I said, this is exactly what I do in my lab. And one of the girls said, wait, are you a real scientist?
Oh, hello.
And I said, yeah, I'm a real scientist. And so are your other mentors. We're all real scientists. And she went,
Yeah, and it's only for girls.
Oh, Science Club for Girls is so fundamental to who I am as a person.
Science is not just a set of facts, but it's a way of looking at the world.
There's one girl that was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. This is so hard. This other girl came, yeah, but do you remember when you built an entire factory? Do you remember when you did this?
Studies have shown that as early as 7 years old, girls and boys internalize negative stereotypes around who science and math are for.
The yellow one looks like an egg.
They don't really know what science is. They don't know what engineering is.
Perfect.
If the first experience is positive, they're more likely to stay in science.
I've seen students who would never speak before, who didn't think they could ever know or understand these scientific concepts, now be the ones who are leading some activities.
I remember being a participant. I really looked up to the mentors and like the way they would talk, the way they would like address themselves. So I think it feels good to know that maybe there's like, even if it's not all of the girls, there's one girl that looks at me the same way I looked at mine.
A renewable source is something that restores naturally.
And you can adjust like the positioning of this.
There is so much being taught in that classroom other than science. Like skills, yes, to be a great scientist, but skills to be a great person and really grow up to be a really confident woman.
You got it? Oh my God, good job.
One of the girls, she expressed how she just really can't wait to be like a scientist, and she's wanted to be a scientist her whole life. And then she was speaking to another peer who was like, well, I want to be a singer. And she was like, you can be a singer and a scientist.
Science Club's so fundamental for learning, for connecting with other people, for collaboration.
Just what I need.
The network of people you get to meet.
I'm saving all my birdies.
Some of the soft skills that come out are things that you can't quantify. So things like friendships, those are invaluable and give a girl a lot of confidence.
She takes that confidence from science, applies to math. It just builds that grit that she knows that, hey, this may not be easy, but I know if I stick with it and I keep on just trying and trying, that eventually I'll be successful at it.
It's an amazing way to make friends, ask questions, and really think critically about how the world works and your place in it.
Now we will bid farewell to our robot friends.
We performed a longitudinal study on our alumni with the city of Cambridge. With our respondents, they entered our program in kindergarten, elementary, middle school, and high school, stayed in our program for years, and 99% of them went on to college, with 63% majoring in STEM. And then when you bring in STEM adjacent majors such as economics and psychology, that jumps to 76%.
we have an excellent program. We have amazing participants. Everything on that side works and is really impactful. And we just need more people to stand with us, especially at this time.
That's so fundamental how humanity should work. Like, we should cultivate our youth so that they can progress the future. And I just think by helping Science Club through however means possible just accomplishes that.
I think supporting Science Club for Girls is supporting the future of science, and supporting the future of science to me is supporting the future of the world.
Basically, it's really fun to get to learn things in science, and maybe you'll become a scientist when you grow up. And maybe you can even teach Science Club for Girls. Yeah, it's very fun, and it's an activity for lots and lots of ages. Did you know we're in a movie?